I have this thought that we do not need more regulation. I think we already have more than we can handle with. And to give a bit more reasoning is there that I'm personally a bit annoyed that there's not enough discussion about the fundamental rights and the basic values, what we are kind of trying to defend here. And the reason being is that maybe we do not discuss with those people. I've sometimes noticed that if you see like fundamental law professors, they're somewhere in the corner of the house. But nevertheless, I think we have plenty there already. And this is what I have learned also discussing with people from all around the globe, is that there is an impact on your like national system of enforcing those values. And of course, for me, it's kind of obvious because I'm coming from the country where the constitution has always been very strong, and we have the system that any law that may be even seen in conflict with the constitution must be passed in the same order as the real constitution itself. So for me, it has always been that, oh yeah, if this leads to some kind of discrimination, then we just cannot have that kind of a law. So going back to why I think we don't need the regulation, I think we really need enforcement, is that I typically want to ask people that under what legal theory you think discrimination would be okay just because it's done with a new technology. Because if as end result is that we are basically insulting those fundamental values that we have signed on different international and national levels, then that can't be the right outcome. And that's why I think that when we start to talk about technology, even though the intention is that we have technology neutral legislation, that it should be seen just as a tool to do something in our human life. But I think the real discussion is also kind of difficult. I've heard a lot about law and ethics, and here the problem is, and now I'm going to be a bit provocative, that lawyers should have nothing with ethics. And having said that, what I really mean is that the law is kind of the next level. The law is the way to write rules and ensure that those values will be enforced and implemented. But what is a bit frightening thought is that the discussion on ethics is with the politicians. They typically decide in your parliaments or similar places what are the values that you're going to put the full machinery of the society to defend those values. And it's good to go back sometimes and see that what are they, what do we really want to achieve. And I think we are facing some really big questions. What is the human life worth? I mean, what should we strive for? What really we want to protect? What kind of a life we want to live? And I think the kind of the threatening words are greed. It always has been. I mean, we haven't really changed as a human race. And the fear is another thing that is, a lot of things are sold under fear. What is a very natural feeling, but the combination of fear and greed is deadly. But the other thing is that easy is something that I hear a lot. That will make your life easier. And there seems to be a tipping point as well. We kind of did a self-harm already on the physical side when we made our life too easy, and now we are tackling with the consequences. And I'm kind of afraid that we do the same thing on the mental side, that things come so easy that we kind of lose the ability. And I think it's same like your daily little physical exercise. It's good to sometimes think that where are my keys, or how to find that department store in the foreign city. But going back to what we are talking about, the regulating big tech, like I said, that there may be some gaps, but I think the analysis should start there, that what value is this new technology now threatening? Is there something that we have overlooked? Is there some kind of a white spot that needs to be addressed? Or do we already have actually everything in place? The real challenge is, of course, enforcement, like I already mentioned, and it's maybe that we see sometimes these values clearly, and we see the benefit of the services, but for a lot, I mean, for me also, my technology competence is close to zero, to understand that what is the chain of events that leads there, that who are the contributing factors, that is still very fuzzy. But I don't know if the regulation is the help there, to start to have a very sector-specific wordings, or should we have more clarity, or if we have enforcement, so somebody's forced to open up and tell us how that ecosystem works.